everyone. What's going on? We good? How are you all doing? Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Wisdom teething lend me your ear. Dr. D Nice and FOUNT is here for the day. Want wisdom?
We got you.
Wellness?
We got you.
Ears?
You got two.
Bones? It's got 3. Chambers? 4. In your heart for doing right? 5. Keys? Your game's all tight? FOUNT. Get your mind right and your body tight. Get your mind right and your body tight. Get your mind right and your body tight.
Hello. How's everybody's week going? Welcome to episode number 73 of Tissues, Talking Truth to Teen Issues, Tissues. Achoo! Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for dropping in by our little show here. Hey there, Magic 8 Ball Spot. I appreciate you for coming in. Super consistent on the game. I appreciate you. Without you, I'd be talking into the abyss. And I really appreciate you being here. And having one person listen is you are just as important as anyone else. I don't care if anybody ever else signs in. I really appreciate you being here. Today, we're actually going to be talking about something that I think is super important. We're talking about the fruits of the Spirit. Yes, I've been sticking to more biblical subjects just because I just really want to fortify everyone for the upcoming year. And why this is a perfect time at the beginning of the year to just understand some of the promises that are in the Bible for you that, people are having a tough time. And I just really feel it's important to offer some optimism, offer some hope. And of course, the Bible and believing in God is the ultimate source of optimism and hope. And we'll also go in our fount section. Today, we are going to try to understand some important things about our bodies. I'm going to teach you some things because, Dr. D Nice is a whole doctor. She's actually the happiest doctor on the planet, on Earth. And I'm going to share some things that you may want to know about how your bodies work, that you do want to know. Trust me, you do. We're going to the FOCK section. We're going to talk about prawn. We're going to talk about prawn just a little bit. We're going to talk about prawn. And for our teen archetype, we're talking about the grifter. We'll round things off with the story about when I came in second place. All right. Well, before we start up, let me see what I like the topics. Can't wait. All right. I'm glad that you like it. I just feel this is something important just to remember. It's a pretty simple topic. The truth is, this week has been a super busy week for me. My kids are in this club at church called the Pathfinders. I guess it could be, if you wanted to equate it to something that more familiar with people, it's like Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, but like church based. And they're in this group called the Pathfinder Bible Experience where they have to study books of the Bible. And we have our first competition coming up this Sabbath. And I would really love it if you all are praying people. If you're a praying person, Magic 8 Ball Spot, please pray that they do well and get to move past this first level to the next level. They have been studying, and I just want God to bless their energies. But anyway, so this week we've been really busy because I'm the coach of one of the teams, and I've been like working with them, some of them more reluctantly than others. But you know what? I've been working with them, and I'm hoping that it works out for the best. All right, listen, enough rambling. Let's just get on to it. And I always got to start it off with Instagram. Here we go. Turn on the sound. And let's go. Here we go. Do you see that? Did you all see that at the end? I eat the apple all the way, everything, every last bite of it. The only thing I won't eat or don't eat, I've tried to eat it before, is the stem. See that? All I have left is the stem. And today we are talking about the fruits of the Spirit. There are 9 of them. These are the fruits that come out of you when you allow the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, to come into you. People always ask, Dr. D Nice, why are you so happy? Why are you this? Why are you that? Here's the secret. Here's the secret why I can be so calm in the space of adversity. I be so happy, even think those things should be making me unhappy and miserable. Because God's Spirit lives in me, the fruits of that's what just bears from my tree. What? I'm a poet. I didn't know it because God lives in me. That's the fruit that bears on my tree. Let's talk about the fruits of the Spirit. All right. And this one is actually the fruits of the Spirit. It is the Jamaican fruit edition. All right. Once again, we shout out Tade. Thank you, Tade, for your always amazing thumbnail. And Tade's Jamaican too. Well, his dad, Tade's dad is Jamaican. And most Jamaicans, as long as one parent is Jamaican, you just consider it Jamaican. Well, shout out to Tade. Big up yourself every time. Thank you for the thumbnail. Let's go on. Fruits of the Spirit, the Jamaican edition. This is the yute apple. This is one of my favorite fruits that I get in Jamaica. I've never seen them in America. It has like, my son says this looks like styrofoam. That's kind of what it looks like. It's a very fluffy fruit that is inside of this apple. And it's very soft. It's not soft. It's kind of crisp-ish, semi-crisp. And it's shaped like a pear, and it's red. It's a delicately sweet. It's not sweet like you would consider a grape. It's a delicate sweetness. Amazing fruit. The yute apple. And I'm using this one to represent love. Love is the first fruit of the Spirit. When God's Spirit lives in you, there is love. And here's the interesting thing about it. There are a lot of people that run around and say, oh, I'm not even a Christian. I hate Christianity. I hate Jesus, Sky Daddy, whatever. Well, some of you all are really exhibiting Christian behavior because these moral things come from Christianity. Whether you like it or not, you're Christian. You just need to embrace it and lean into it so all the fruits of the Spirit can come out of you. But the first one is love, and we all understanding what love is, just really just connecting with other people, being kind, I won't use kind because kindness is another fruit of the Spirit, but just having a good affection for other people, wanting what's best for people and yourself and for God, just connecting with people on that deep level. We know love. It's one of those things that sometimes it's hard to define, but you know it when you see it. And 1 Corinthians 13, is that what it is? The love chapter? If that's what it is, let me know in the comment section below. I may have it wrong. It fully lays out what love is, because love is not a feeling, it's a decision. That's more important than anything else. The second fruit of the Spirit is joy. And this is the Jamaican rose apple. I'm sure it's in a lot of other tropical islands. I'm positive it is. This is the rose apple though. If you've ever had a rose apple, put rose apple in the comment section below. All of a sudden I have more of a Jamaican accent because we're talking about Jamaican fruits. But the rose apple, even though honestly when I was living in Jamaica, we didn't eat it a lot. It wasn't one of those fruit that every time you turn around you had a rose apple. It's like every once in a while you go to somebody's house and say, oh, you know what, I have like a rose apple in the back, you want to try some? That's when you would have a rose apple. I don't even remember seeing a rose apple tree. But anyway, rose apple. And rose apple is the joy is the second fruit of the spirit. And joy is just a gladness, a deep happiness. And it's not really based on what's happening in your life. It's not circumstances. It's not, oh, I failed a test and now I can't be happy anymore. Oh, I got $1 million and that's why I'm happy. That's why I'm feeling joyful. No, regardless of whether things are up or down in your life, you are content. You're glad. It's a vibe. It's a vibe to be joyful. It really is. And I know some people like, oh yeah, I'm not happy. I feel joy. And to me, that's just phonetics. That's just, to me, it's six of one, six of one, half a dozen of the other. I really put joy and happiness in the same plate. They are the same words to me. It's just interchangeable. Whichever one you choose to use, go for it. The next fruit. This is a star apple. Now, this one has, let me see, like a custardy texture to it. The softer it is, the better it is. It's not sweet. It's not tart. Let me see. Is there a fruit in America that I could equate it to? If you could think of something, let me know. It's kind of squishy. Is there a lot of squishy? There's not a lot of squishy fruits in America. You got maybe banana-ish texture. We got bananas, apples, pears, just basic stuff. But I don't know. The star apple. I really like the star apple. It's one of those ones too that you don't get all the time, or it's there, but you just go for somebody. I'm gonna have some star apple. You want some? The star apple is good. And this is the one I have that represents the other fruit of the spirit, peace. Peace. That's just being content. It's just zen for you. You're just chilling. You're just fine with unity with other people. You're not under any war or any argument. You don't have no people up. Since we're up in Jamaica, I'm sure there are other terms that people use right now in Jamaica. You don't have nobody up. There's nobody that's occupying space in your head because you hate them, you can't stand them. You've forgiven all the people, previous videos that I've talked about. It's peace. This is what comes from the spirit, because you just find a way to be unified with your fellow human being. And that's a chill way to live. You're not looking, I don't want war. I don't want peace. I want problems. No, you want peace and you don't have no problems. All right, next one. Patience. This is the papaya. Most of y'all are more familiar with it. It has, let's see, what kind of the papaya has a texture of? It's a little more dense than a banana. It has a very intriguing flavor to it. Me personally, I love papaya in some juices when you mix it in with a juice. And I don't know, I really like let me back up. I'm iffy about papa. And in Jamaica, we call it papa. I'm kind of iffy about it, but here we go. I have it representing patience. That's another fruit of the spirit. And patience is just, you're just slow to speak, slow to anger. You're just taking your time with the people around you, taking your time with yourself. Nothing is in a big rush like that. Not saying you don't get things done, but you're not like hurrying people and rushing people along. You're taking your time with people. You're taking your time. You're listening. Right? Isn't it great when somebody has patience with you and understand that it may take you a little longer to get around to where you need to get, but they just chilling and they waiting. That feels good. Papaya, patience. Next fruit is the tamarind, and it's like in a pod, and each of these little things right here, there's a seed, and you see the seed down there. You've probably seen them before. This string, this vein, there's a couple of veins that runs along the backside, along all the fruit. When you pull it out, you kind of have to separate it from the vein a little bit. It's a more dense, tartish, sweetish coating around each seed. So that you have to rip. Oh, I'm trying to see. There's honestly, I can't think of any texture that's similar to it, but the tamarind. And we actually make them into tamarind balls where they take the fleshy part, roll it up into a ball. Sometimes people would have the seed still in them and they coat it in sugar. It's super good. Y'all know that Dr. D Nice, I'm off of sugar right now because it's better for my knees. And good thing I'm not in Jamaica because I love me some tamarind balls. All right. And the fruit of the spirit that the tamarind is going to represent for us today is kindness. And you know what that is. Just being sweet, being tender, being just good to people. Just, merciful. I've seen it mentioned in there being merciful. That is kindness. You know it when you see it. If you looking out for people. I saw this video today. There's a runner. They were in a race, and the guy behind him, the guy in front grabbed for the water on the water stand and totally missed it. And the guy behind him got one and actually caught up with him and gave him the water. So stuff like that. Nobody's really expecting you to do something good, and you decided to do it good to help another person out. That is kindness. Then we have goodness. This one is the naseberry. You probably have never seen it before if you're just in your American fruit phase. It looks like a rock or something, but it's not that. It's probably about this big, maybe if you make it maybe a little bigger, like, let's see, but a plum. Yeah, like a plum. And it is one of those things that it's softer as it ripens and it's softer, it's just sweeter and better. It has a very see, most of these things, I just can't compare it to nothing much that I've eaten in America because these are just unique fruits. I didn't pick the bananas that's in Jamaica. I didn't pick some of the oranges that we can get. I didn't pick the fruits that y'all already familiar with. I guess I could have picked guava, but I only had 9. I don't think I picked the guava in our list. I tried to go for ones that you may or may not have been very familiar with. But this is naseberry. This is another one of them that is not there every time. You go over somebody's house, they have a naseberry tree, and they're like, "You want some?" And you say yes, and you value it as a delicacy because you just don't see them all the time. I mean, they're in Jamaica, but it's not one of those common fruits that you eat all the time, like banana and those things. There's also a Jamaican cherry that looks absolutely different. Well, has the same shape as an American cherry, but not the same texture. It looks a little different. And the seed inside of it is more like it has slatted seeds. Yeah, like a star apple type thing. Look it up, Jamaican cherry. I couldn't include all the fruits today, but the naseberry represents goodness, being generous, being open-hearted, just good. You know a good person when you see them. You know them. All right, next one. The sweet sop, fruit. This one is another one that is just better the softer it is. They're small, about the size of an orange, and sweet. Like I said, it's a sweet sop, and these are like individual little pegs that you can pull from. I know jackfruit is a whole phase right now because everybody's making jackfruits out of turning jackfruit into everything. Jackfruit steaks, jerk jackfruit. But it has a little pegs like a jackfruit would, but very sweet, very delicate fruit. And I just love those. Same kind of thing. If it's not like every day you run into a sweet sup, when you find it, you value it. You take your time and eat it and savor it, because not everybody have a sweet sop tree. Everybody have a mango tree. Everybody may have orange and banana. Everybody may not have a sweet sop, and you just value that when you see it. It's so good. It's so good. All right, Guinep. These are a choking hazard, okay? Little kids used to bite them before you actually give them. They say faithful? Oh my goodness. I'm busy talking about the fruit. I forgot to talk about faithfulness. What? How could I have done that? Faithfulness is mean that you're dependable. People could rely on you. Your word is your bond. People can trust what it is that you've said. You're loyal. That's what faithfulness is all about. And all these are just what happens when God's Spirit lives inside of you. Gentleness is the next one. And I, of course, have the Guinep, once again, the choking hazard. It's a very fleshy, sweetish thing. It's, I would want to say gelatinous, but not really gelatinous, like a step above gelatin. Once again, I can't think of a fruit that maybe, like, if grapes, is it Ramadan? Oh man, if you ever get a chance to there's some websites you can order tropical fruits from. Order them and try them. But the Guineps, there are people love these. Guinep season, you can buy them all over the place. You just look for the man. Guinep, and you buy some because this stuff is amazing. And the fruit of the Spirit that this is representing is gentleness. And that means that you're just humble, you're calm, you don't get overheated, you don't fly off the handle. You're just not losing your cool every time you turn around. You're a gentle person, you're calm. This is what happens when the Spirit gets in you. You can't help but be this way. All the people that have some of these traits, the Spirit is in you. It is. All right, next one. Self-control. And self-control is soursop. Soursop, no, remember we just had sweet sop. Soursop, maybe like around 6 inches. Some of them can get a little bigger. And people love to take them and make juice. You ever get a chance to go to a Jamaican restaurant and you see soursop juice? You have it. It's like a white, milky, it's just good. There's nothing I can really explain it to you because, like I said, you can't equate it to anything that you've really tasted. Most of these fruit is what it is. If you get an opportunity to try them, give them a try. Let me know in the comment section below if you've ever tried any one. Soursop is representing self-control. And you just know how to behave yourself. You know how to act right. In public, in private, you can manage your emotions and manage your body and manage your facial expressions. You just know how to manage your body and not out there just acting a plumb fool because somebody says something to you wrong. Well, Once again, those are the fruits of the Spirit. We've got self-control, we've got gentleness, we've got faithfulness, we've got goodness, kindness, patience, peace, joy, and love. Get some of these fruits in your life, and you can get that by just clinging on, reaching out to Jesus, praying to him, asking him to change your heart, create in you a clean spirit, a new heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit inside of you. All right. Let me know in the comment section below, have you tried any of these Jamaican fruits? And which one of these fruits of the Spirit do you think you have? Is it something that you'd want to have, the fruits of the Spirit, these things coming, exuding out of you because you have God living in you and guiding your steps and your decision? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, let me see what Magic 8 Ball Spot was watching. Let me see. I'm the atheist that prays, so I'm praying. I don't believe in God, but I trust him, just like the Benjamins in my pocket. Okay, gotcha. I spent 14 days in Jamaica and never saw any of these fruits. I'm a jerk chicken kind of guy. Yeah, I chose these fruits because they're not the most common ones. Okay, you see the coconut, you heard of guava, and like bananas, oranges, tangerines, those kind of things that's common. They're more plentiful. But these I thought were the only one that maybe you may be more familiar with is the papaya, and even that you rarely see them in the store over here in the States. Yeah, they're kind of cool. All right, let's see. I wanted to yeah, what do y'all think about my weird way of eating the apple? It's one of those things. I read an article somewhere that the seeds of the apples may be good for something. I think they're like anti-cancer or something. I did not verify it. That's not what I'm saying. Read the disclaimer in all my posts, all the videos. I'm not saying it can cure cancer or nothing. I just read it somewhere that there's something in the seed of the apple that's beneficial for you. And I started eating it. Have I noticed any difference in my life? Not really, but it also doesn't hurt. A little bit more fiber don't hurt nobody. And it's just easier than having to figure out somewhere to throw a whole core of an apple when all I'm left with is a stem. And sometimes I just like, yes, I do. I just be throwing that stem somewhere. All right. Yeah. Let's see if we can find a cool video to watch as our intermission. A cool video to watch as our intermission before we had, what is this one? What do I have up here? Let me see. I don't even know. What is this? Yeah, that's when oh man. I don't mean to have it in and out. Poor people. Sorry to hear that there. Thing blew up. Let's see. Oh, let's try this one. It's like trick cars. It's like a toy car set. It's called? The Hot Wheels show. What? I didn't even know this existed. I actually saved this video. I didn't even realize that what I was saving. It's the real life Hot Wheels. Did y'all have a Hot Wheels set when you were young? Back when Dr. D Nice was a kid, this was the thing. This was a jam. Everybody had a Hot Wheels. I had that exact same turny, curvy thing that the car was driving through. Took us forever to set it up. I don't know why, to get it to work well. All right, let's go. Next section is FOUNT, living in FOUNT. You all know FOUNT is the 5 keys to wellness and wisdom to help you unlock your best. This is where we learned a little bit about our bodies and how to take the best care of our bodies. And we are talking today about the U in FOUNT. The U in FOUNT is for understanding. And today I would really love for you all to understand that your brain and your gut, the brain up here, and your gut is connected. Actually, it refers to the gut as the second brain. Have you ever had to take a test and you get nervous? Your appetite, you just don't feel like eating anything, and you get belly cramps, or sometimes you even want to go use the bathroom. Have that ever happened to you? Well, that's just showing you the connection between the gut and the brain. And it actually works the other way too. Messages can go from your gut to your brain, and messages can, of course, go from your brain to your gut. It is said that a huge, don't want to quote the number, but a large amount of the body's serotonin, that's the hormone that makes you feel good, is created in your gut. Make sure you take good care of your gut. How do you do that, Doctor? How do you do that, Dr. D Nice? You do that by eating fruits and vegetables, things high in fiber, avoiding processed foods, avoiding things with a lot of sugar in them. All of these things can help you have a good, healthy gut. And let's not even talk about the bacteria and having the right bacteria that live in your gut. That's a subject for another day. Oh man. Let's see. What else we got on the Instagram? Let me see. I'm gonna try that. That looks super cool. Of course, all the blood gonna rush to your head and get dizzy and fall out. What do you do after that? All right. Let me get the U off there. Next, we're talking about, that our FOCK section. This is the section where I talk to you about relationships and sexuality. And I really wanted to talk about prawn, prawn. Yeah. I hear all the YouTubers, they use spacer words for certain things. I guess your channel will be flagged if you say porn. Would it be flagged? I mean, I'm talking, who knows? I haven't read the community rules all the way through, but I feel like as a doctor, I should be able to talk about some things more specifically. And that's what I want to talk about, how porn actually is affecting your mind as a wisdom teethinger. Let me tell y'all, let me just put it in. It is meant to be addicting. The people that develop this, they're hurt, evil people that want to hold your mind captive. They want you to destroy yourself. And I don't even know what they have against you. What you do to them? What did you do to them? I don't know. They want to destroy you. You are their customer. You paying them your good money to see them half naked and more than half naked, wolipa naked. And they want to destroy your life at the same time. It develops an addiction. There's a dopamine loop that occurs when you're watching porn. It decreases your ability to have good relationships. It just damages I could link videos below. You can look it up on the internet. There's lots of young men, young women, old men, old women that have videos out there about how porn have affected them. Take a look at that. Before you get into starting to watch that, I promise you, don't act like this will never happen to you. When you watch those things, when you watch porn, it attaches to the deeper parts of your brain. They call it the animal brain, the parts of your brain that don't really think through things, whether it's good or bad. And it just sits inside your mind and changes you in ways that you would never understand. It uses your natural urge to sexuality against you. These people hate you. Why are you going to support people that hate you? You're smarter than that. Come on, wisdom teethinger. You barely want your mom or dad to correct you or say nothing to you. You barely want your teachers to say anything to you. Don't have these people making a fool of you. That's what they're doing. They taking your money and turning you into a fool. You're smarter than that. You're a wisdom teethinger. I'm done. Let's talk about the grifter. Before we talk about the grifter, though, that's going to be our teen archetype. Let's see what else we found up there. My knees hurt. Listen, you don't even have to work out. Just watching this guy, I lost about 2 pounds. Just looking at him. Lost 2 pounds and broke my knees just like that. Actually, you know what? I kind of want one of them trampolines. I got bad knees. I wonder, you think they'll be help me with my bad knees? Maybe. Talking about him, but it may help. Okay. Listen, let's talk about the grifter. You know that person. They are the one that are conspiring. They are shady. They are shifty. They are con artists. They're a swindler. They're tricky. This is all the characteristics of a grifter. They will pretend and make believe around you just to get you to believe that they are on your side. And guess what? They are not. They are on their side. They are just trying to make money, trying to gain position, get the teacher to like them better, get the football player to notice them, get some sort of position in school. They're not about anybody but themselves. That's it. That is the grifter. Watch out for them. Stay away from them. These people are toxic. Grifter, you're going to have to, it's bad if you're already in school and behaving that way. I'm going to have to pray for you because you do not want to go into adulthood with that characteristics. You end up in positions where just compromising positions. That's what I'm going to say. Grifter, just stop grifting. Be honest, be true, be genuine. Develop some of the fruits of the spirit. All right, I'm done. Let's see. All right. What else we got? What other video we have to look at here today? Oh. Yeah, I guess, is it Christmas season? No. But I thought these were cool videos. Look at that. I wonder how long it took them. That's patience. That's the fruit of the spirit right there. The stop motion videos, you have to move it one bit at a time. It's one thing like to move the clothes to, then have a human that you have to move. I need to know how long it took them to do that video. That they're patient. Okay, we're wrapping up. We're wrapping it up with our last segment, and this one is the frontal lobe training. This is where I share a story about my own life so that you can learn from it. Because, a smart person learns from other people's mistake. They don't have to make the same decision themselves, make the same mistake themselves. I've already made it. You can learn from my mistake. And let's get right into it. This is what happened. I was on the drill team. As a matter of fact, I was captain of the drill team. I loved drilling, marching and drilling. I was in an army. I wasn't a soldier. I was in the army of the Lord. It was called Pathfinders. This is a Girl Scout, Boy Scout-esque group that my church has that you join. You go camping. You learn to do outdoorsy things. You go on these huge conventions with tons of other kids from all over the world. You have a uniform. You learn how to march. And our Pathfinder Club had a drill team. We had gone to this camping. We called it a camporee because there were going to be tons of other kids from all over Florida. It was with the Florida Conference, and they were having this camporee, and during the camporee, they decided to have a drill down. This is it is Simon Says for drilling and marching. All of us, as many people as wanted to go join on the field, and the drill instructor was going to call out commands. Kind of like in the military: right face, left face, about face, present arms, order arms. All of that. Military commands that we learn, because we learned them in Pathfinders, because we go on outings where we have to be able to move together as a group. And it's just really an efficient way to move people when they're in order and they're not kind of clumped together. It's an efficient way to move people when everybody's kind of marching in columns and in rows and in some sort of order. That's about the marching and drilling. We're in this drill down, and I, of course, sign up for the drill down. And they're calling out commands, and right face, and I got my right. I turned to the right with crisp and precision. Left face, precision. About face, precision. Present arms, parade rest. All of that. I was on it. People were dropping around me like flies because they were turning to the left when they should turn to the right and doing the wrong command. They don't know what they're supposed to do because I was the best. Because I was a drill captain, right? I was doing my thing. And before you know it, it was just two of us on the field when before there's probably at least 50 or 60 kids that were in this drill down, this marching and drilling version of Simon Says. And now there was just two, me and some other person. The people from my church, you're like, come on, Denise, you can do it. What you doing? Pay attention. And they were cheering me on and going. And then he says, right face. And I made just a little turn. And you're not supposed to move until they're finished the command. So it's not like I even turned to the wrong direction, which is that way. I just moved before he was finished the command, and I was out. Just like that. And instead of cheering for me, the adults, the kids on the team were like, yeah, go ahead, girl, you went so far. But the adults were like, I don't know why you weren't paying attention. How could you have lost? What are you doing? Sometimes you just don't know. It was a Jamaican club too. Sometimes you just don't know how to just pay attention like you're supposed to. They were like yelling at me as if I had just lost $1 million or something. Like they had a bet placed on me and they lost their mortgage. I'm like, back up. I did my best. I'm a human being. Sometimes I'm going to make mistakes. And this is what I want y'all to understand, wisdom teethingers. Like, one, sometimes you will do your best and your best is just not good enough. We make mistakes sometimes. We're human beings. Things are going to happen. And we just have to be prepared for those consequences. The second thing is, sometimes adults, they feel, I won't even say adults, sometimes other people have put high stakes to you winning. They have expectation of you succeeding that are sometimes unreasonable or just based on their own things. Like they really want the team to go to state, and because you didn't make the ball all the way into the end zone, you didn't score that goal. Because of that, the team is not going to state, or because of that one play. And all of a sudden, they've just put all that on you when you know that you've done your best. You know, mistakes happen. You didn't mean, if you could have caught the ball, you would have. But at that moment, you didn't. And sometimes people will put all that on you and feel that you're a loser. And it's because of you why everything has just fallen apart, and they put that burden on you. Sometimes that will happen. And maybe that will be another time, another whole video I can talk about what to do in that situation. But that's wisdom understands that sometimes that could happen. People will come at you because to them, there was a lot at stake, and you already know that you tried your best. And all you can really do from that is just learn from the situation and move on with your life. That's what wisdom would do. Second place, you ain't mean it. You were really trying to make it all the way, but it didn't work for you. Then there is stupidness. You just beat yourself up over and over again, rehearsing and reliving that moment where you made that slight turn to the right when you should have stood still, when you didn't catch the ball, when you should have caught it, when you didn't jump as high as you could have because you tripped a little bit. All these different things. You keep beating yourself and rehearsing it. And before you know it, you're just trapped in that one moment when you missed out and came in second. There you have it. Wisdom, stupidness. Choose wisdom. Wisdom. And remember, show me your brightest. Show me your best. Show me the latest guru. God's wisdom lets theirs look like stupidness. All right. Hey, let me know in the comment section below. Have you ever gotten second place? How did that feel when you, especially at a time when you know you could have gotten first had it not been for some mistake, some human error? Let me know in the comment section below how that. You were, Simon said, sad. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what it was, Magic 8 Ball Spot. When you get old, you laugh off your blunders. You sure do, because that's when you realize that, you know what? It's human. You're a human being, and stuff's gonna go wrong. It is what it is. There's no way everything can just be perfect and perfection all the time. That is not where we are in humanity right now. Things are gonna things are gonna happen despite your best efforts, and you just have to accept that. I appreciate you so much, Magic 8 Ball Spot. Thank you again for staying in and staying on. And I can't even tell you how much I appreciate your presence every stream. And you know what? I wish you that you have an amazing rest of the week. I think from now, not I think, I am going to go and get ready to go to bed. Oh man, has my volume, has my microphone been high? Ooh, man, I feel like, oh wow. Has the volume been low the whole time? Has the volume been low? I didn't even pay attention to how low it was. Oh, man. Let me see. Hello? Yeah, Magic. Oh, good thing I talk loud. But unfortunately, I think I should have turned up the gain on my microphone. I just noticed it. There's so many little bells and whistles to like be paying attention to when you set up. Yeah, thank you. Magic 8 Ball Swap, please don't hesitate to let me know, because my kids use this computer too, and they will adjust some of my settings, and I just hop on sometimes, and there may be a little detail. Probably what I need to do is have a checklist of everything that I need to look at. I apologize for it being so low. Hopefully people can still hear, I don't know, the fruits of the spirit. I don't want to mess up the fruits of the spirit. Oh, it'd be all right. It'd be all right. Anyway, all right, I'm out. There's nothing I could do about it now. Show's already done. Show done already. Just kind of the same thing we just talked about. Just messing up is a human thing. Sometimes you just try your best, and it is what it is. I apologize for that, though. I will do better to check things out the next time. And with that, we are gonna, I'll create a whole checklist next time to just make sure everything is right where it needs to be, especially since I know my kids use the computer too. All right, I'm out. Until next time, I will see you next week, Wednesday. We all have a volume control. You're all good. Thank you. All right. Listen, maybe Sunday I may come come back to the good, the bad, and the ugly? I don't know. It depends. So let's see what's going on. If you take a look and see if I have something posted, that means I'm doing it. If I don't, like the what is it? I'll put something in either the community page or somewhere on the YouTube to let you know that I'm coming back for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Otherwise, have an amazing weekend. Hope the rest of your week goes well and the weekend goes just as well. We're out here. Bye.
Wisdom teething lend me your ear. Dr. D Nice and FOUNT is here for the day. Want wisdom?
We've got you.
Wellness?
We got you.
Ears?
You got 2.
Bones? It's got 3. Chambers? 4. In your heart for doing right? 5. Keys? Your game's all tight? FOUNT. Get your mind right and your body tight.